Hello everyone, you're watching CardyGolf. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Good evening and welcome. You're back with CardyGolf. Welcome to the channel. For those that haven't subscribed, get involved now. Thanks for all those that have. Tonight I'm in a very wet and rainy east of England, and I'm doing a little bit of chipping. And what I want to talk to you about more than anything is, for me, one of the most misunderstood and misinterpreted technique conversations, and that's the one about accelerating through the shot. You hear everyone talk about a decel. The amount of times I've said it in the past, maybe not fully understanding it, the amount of times my students have said it in the past, maybe not quite understanding it, or I just hear it in general conversation, I decelled a little bit on that chip shot. That conversation gets misinterpreted and therefore becomes confusing and misleading. Don't get me wrong, it can happen. A really common error in club golfers, amateur golfers, is to take the club back a little bit too far for the chip shot they've got or the pitch shot they've got, and then have to slow down a little bit, and that is a decel, and yeah, it can cause confusion. We need the club to be moving properly through the shot, but at the point you try to accelerate too much, or you really try to accelerate through the shot, I think then it can become too paced sometimes. So you see a lot of people get too far and then they start to accelerate, and then they go a little bit again, and that's when you see people have double hits and they really start to struggle with their chipping. For me, recently I've found myself to be quite successful almost trying to just be one paced. Now I've just hit a couple of shots there, and I bet I know what you're thinking. That didn't really look one paced, and you're the ones watching it. I haven't seen it yet. Once again, this isn't rehearsed, and it might not have looked one paced, but it's me, it felt one paced. Now the important thing to remember, this thing you're swinging here has more weight this end than it has this end. So if you're just letting it rock back and forth, well, surely on the way down it's going to be moving a little bit faster than it will be on the way back. So surely if you're nice and loose, and we don't want to grip it too hard, really soft in the hands, if you're just picking the club up and trying to be just one pace, letting it drop down, then you probably are going to accelerate through a little bit. Now for me here, one of the key things is being relaxed, and I know it sounds a little bit cliche, and that's not really my thing, but actually it does work. I've tried to lower my grip pressure to about 2 or 3 out of 10, which is always going to be a little bit tighter, but generally everyone holds the golf club a bit too tight. I hold it way too tight normally if I haven't been playing on bit 10, so I'm getting up there at pretty close to 8, 9 out of 10, and then I start to really lose touch and feel. But when I feel like my grip pressure is kind of 2 or 3 out of 10, and I try to feel like I just take the club back very slowly and just let it fall back down onto the golf ball, it's a bit of like a fear factor thing. At first I think it can't work, but it just keeps working and working and working and working. And for me, it kind of works anywhere as well. What works for me might not work for you, but if you try it and it works, thank me later. God, I just clipped the tree with that last one, but again, 3 well-struck golf shots. Experiment with it, try stuff out, get ambitious. And when you practice it, exaggerate it. Nearly every time you think you're doing something different, you're probably not doing it different enough because you're so used to what you were doing before. So any small change feels so bizarre. I mean, when I first started trying to really hold the grip loads looser, I actually felt like I was going to drop it. It still works. But now all of a sudden it feels really natural for me to have those really cliche, cringeworthy, soft hands that everyone talks about. So I feel like I'm gripping it about 2 out of 10, and I feel like I'm just moving the club back and forth. And again, here comes cheesy cliche number 5. I'm letting the club do the work. Oh, it's awful, isn't it? There you go. So give it a whirl. If it doesn't work, don't do it. But most importantly, have fun practicing it, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me at CardyGolf on all other social media, and I'll see you next week.